Let's talk about a common regret women have in life from a historian's and genealogist's point of view. For background context, my name is Chelsea and I return lost heirlooms to families. Many of these artifacts are letters and diaries where I read firsthand accounts from women of all ages over the last 100+ years. I know many of you will disagree with me on this one, but that's okay. The biggest regret I've seen from women is marrying and having kids too young, and I will give some examples. So many women who had kids in their early 20s or late teens ended up having really bad relationships with their partner later on in their 20s or early 30s. Not all, but many. Many of these women also felt really lonely. They were stuck at home all day taking care of a baby with absolutely no social interaction. Many of these women also had financial struggles. They didn't have a job or they just hadn't started their career yet, which then meant that their career only started when their kid was old enough to start going to school. Also, when you're a younger mom, you're usually taken less seriously. So many of these women also had family members that would overstep their boundaries and try and control and give opinions on how to raise this child or children. But now let me tell you the biggest regret that I've seen. Biggest regret that I saw were from women who purposely elected to have children earlier because then they thought it meant that when their children were old enough, they could then start living their life and start traveling and exploring the world. But in every single one of these cases that I have seen, not one of these women ever traveled. And I think a big part of this is that you don't just stop being a mom when your child turns a certain age, right? In fact, many of these women felt like it got harder as their kids got older. And I also think a lot of these things are super relatable to younger moms now. But I also want to preface this again and say that these are just from my point of view from the artifacts that I have seen and read. These artifacts are hundreds of diaries and letters that are written by women of, again, all ages. So this is in fact where I'm getting my data from and my point of view. I'm totally not saying it's a bad thing to have kids early on in life, but this was definitely a big regret for a lot of women that I've come across in these artifacts.